Y'all were fast. Moon, Goat, Midnight, Edge. Guys are fast, fast, fast. Killer. Yeah, I needed to at least get one video out before going live. The algorithm's been so bad, I gotta start posting again. The more I post, the more viewers we'll have, so needed to get those posts. Yeah, it'll be good today. I'm gonna start posting like 2 times a day for this week. What's this song called? The song was made with Suno by another viewer. We're gonna have Insufferable People. I had a DM the other day, or a comment the other day. I should mess around with the Phil Bros a little bit more. It'll allow a lot more views. So gonna be a little more lenient with Phil Bros today. Hell yeah, killer. Love that. Taco Bell. 10 times out of 10, Taco Bell. Whatever's cheap. Pizza and chicken, that's fair. Turn to Christ, why should I? Want to request up a doc about that? Yep, AI music. Yeah, let's throw up the YouTube call-in screen. Alright, YouTube calls are open too. Yeah, hopefully we can get some good calls today, some long ones. I had to get some videos going, because the more videos that I post, the better the views are, which means the more requesters we have. So it's one of the biggest reasons it took me so long today. I'm trying to get a backlog of videos made. Nice hat. What? Jesus Christ loves you. Prove it. What's up, Goth? Go watch Ken Hovind. Dude in chat literally said, go watch Ken Hovind for proof. That is funny. That is really funny. What's up, Gary? Comrade. Got Chixie in here, Kalasia Kent. Got started on the tubes watching Kent takedowns. Oh, dude. Kent gets rocked. Oh, I should probably put up the, we should probably put that guy up. Might help. And then let's make that not smaller, but how does that look? Let's make it a little bit bigger, maybe. Put it over here. There we go. That's a little better. There we go. Corbin, welcome to the Unicorn Colts. Hell yeah. W's for Corbin. All right. TikTok video is picking up some momentum. I knew it, man. I knew it. We just got to get posting again. I got to get a backlog, man. I got to get a backlog. Luke, let's get you in here. How's it going?
Going good, man. How are you?
Doing all right, brother. You over the age of 18?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, cool. Which God do you follow?
I follow Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Yeah.
Cool. We got a little bit of background noise.
Is that any better?
It's like a TV or something.
I'm not near a TV. I'm not sure what that could be.
Maybe a YouTube
I don't
video.
hear it. I don't know what it could be.
Maybe a radio.
I don't think so. I'm by myself.
There's definitely talking in the background.
Dude, I could turn my camera on right now. I'm sitting here by myself. You know.
Here, let me. It stopped.
It's over.
Yeah, it stopped. Okay, cool. All right, you're a Christian, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Why should I be, man? What you got for us?
I don't have no reason to make you.
Hey, dude,
there's
1
no
Peter
reason for me to
3:15.
make you. What's that?
1 Peter 3:15 of the Bible says that it's your job to spread the gospel and to give people reasoning to believe.
Yeah, but that's just talking about like in a grand scheme of things. Like
Nope.
me personally, I
It
don't have
says
any
whenever
business
someone
in.
asks.
Why? Okay, so you just want to know like why you should be a Christian.
Well,
that's
the prompt says there's no evidence for God, and you requested up, which implies you have some sort of an evidence or justification you want to provide. So it's kind of ridiculous to request up and then be like, I don't want to tell you anything.
Oh, well, I guess I'm being ridiculous. I apologize, but I don't know. I guess my evidence would be like just walking outside, man. Just walking outside and looking around, and I mean, it kind of, at least for me, it just kind of lets me know that there is a creator. You know, we are here for a purpose. People don't just have a life just to live their life and die. I mean, there was a creator to all this. Somebody.
Why should I believe that?
I mean, you don't have to at all, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's kind of, I mean, let me ask you this. So do you think that there is any form of creator, or do you think that
Nope.
this just happened just Big bang, boom. Everybody's here now.
Well, why
Life is
should I
life.
believe that there's a creator is the question.
Why should you? Because I mean, it's kind of obvious.
Do you have a radio going on, dude?
A radio?
That is like really loud. No, there's definitely someone there. I just heard movement.
What do you? I'm sorry, man. I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know what's going on.
And it's gone again. What the fuck?
I don't know what's going on, man. I couldn't tell you.
No, that is not me, guys. That is 100% him.
It's not me, dude. Do you want me to turn my camera on? I'm sitting. I'm like.
That is
I'm like out.
crazy.
I'm sitting on. I'm sitting in the woods by myself, man. I'm just.
Yeah, it sounds like a walkie-talkie is what Chad is saying too. That's you don't have a radio or
there's
nothing.
a truck passing by in the background, but
no, it's
that's
like
about
it sounds like a game show or something keeps turning on.
I couldn't tell you, man.
That's so weird. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, so when I walk outside and see trees, that does not provide me evidence of a god.
What do you? How do you think those things like became about?
Yeah, that's
though?
biology.
Like, not even just trees. I mean, you got to think like everything. How did everything come about? Like, do you think we just like one day, big bang, and then the next day everybody and everything is here?
Well, that's called a straw man. So what happened is 13.8 billion years ago, the universe, which already existed in a hot dense state, expanded.
Okay, but let me ask you something. So like, obviously, nobody was around to see it 13 billion years ago.
We can see it today. It's called CMB
so?
radiation. We can literally observe the radiation going back to a hot dense state.
Is that kind of similar to carbon dating? I'm not really informed on any of this. Like,
it's the same
I
like
know a little bit about carbon dating, but
like what we do is there's like this graph you can look at, and it shows the radiation points, and you can see like which ones are hotter and which ones are more faded, and that tells you how old each one is, and we can follow that to the where it started from.
Cool. I kind of understand a little better. I don't know how I would feel about that. Like just being able to.
Well, it's an objective fact. Like your God
behind that.
Well, I mean, your God can be real and it can be true because it is true.
Yeah, I mean, the subjective fact to me, I would just point towards the Shroud of Turin, but a lot of atheists just shut that down. That they don't.
You want to know why I shut it down?
Sure.
The person who created it openly said that it was a artistic forgery. It is literally dated to the 1300. It is 100% proven to be a medieval forgery. Where did you
obtain this information? I'd like to check it out.
So it was found in 1300, and the person that found it also talked to the person that created it, who said it was his artistic representation.
I got you. Where can I look at that? Like, where can I?
I mean, if you just type in Google who found the Shroud of Turin.
Yeah, but I mean, Google will also tell you that McDonald's is a part of a balanced diet. You know what I mean? Like, is there like a study
Google
or
Scholar.
Like a certain... Okay.
Yeah, Google Scholar shows like scholar consensuses and explanations for things.
Gotcha.
But then on top of that, it was dated to 1300.
Well, cool, man. I'll definitely give it a look and check it out. Appreciate you letting me come up.
All right, you have yourself a good day, bro. Okay, so he was at a construction site. That's what we were hearing. So his mic was just picking up like all the background noise. All right, we're gonna skip Soldier for a second and get in the new guy, and then we'll come back to Soldier because Soldier's a Phil bro. So we'll handle that in a second. Yeah, he was obviously lying. Yeah. What's up, artist?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Going all right, brother. You over the age of 18?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I've been on your show before, man. You're a fucking genius.
Hell yeah. I love you.
Okay. Thanks. But, all right. So when you guys were talking about trees, I had an epiphany. Check this out. Hear me out. I'll land my fucking plane. So tree, trace your roots to the evidence of everything or eternity, or yeah, everything. So when you guys were talking about the trees and shit, I was like, okay, they got roots. So does our brain. So does our spine. So does our DNA. And I was like, oh shit, man, that's kind of a good catchphrase, and put on a shirt and fucking sell it. I was like, but besides that, try to make a little money off anything just to survive, right? That's what society's doing. It's just surviving right now. Because they don't want evidence, they can't see evidence, and they definitely don't fucking feel evidence anymore. And it's not just me, because this isn't about me. This is about all of us. And the search for, I don't know, immortality, right? Is that what Christians do? Is that what Buddhists do? Is that what Muslims do? Is that what people do in Eastern society and Western society? Because Western society has been lied to for thousands and thousands of fucking years. I don't care what you say. I know they are, and I'm a born again, super hardcore believing walk with Nazareth, the King Jesus. And I tell you what, Western society has been lied to, straight up. And if you can't find the evidence, I actually think you're a type of prophet, bro, to be honest, because you either bring people to Christ, really bring people to Christ, or you show them the truth to another thing. So you're doing something more powerful than any other human being on earth. I don't care what you say, too. Can't tell me what I think, what I say, or what I do. I'm different. Hey, you like that shit today, man? Hey, I've been going off on people, bro. You should have seen me at work last night. This girl was like, damn, dude, I never seen you in that kind of light. And I was like, you never seen me in this type of darkness.
So you are a Christian.
Yeah, I told you, bro. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It's really hard to be a Christian because you got these elders. You got these elders breathing down your back. They segregate. They don't even practice obedience. And when they're preaching a sermon, they're looking out the window at the same time. What the fuck, man? And then when you watch all where the money really goes and surface, like these super mega churches, right? Talk about prosperity prayer and shit. Where are they prospering? Their pockets and their mansions while you're on the street starving. Straight up.
Yeah.
Look, when I say I can burn all these churches down, quote unquote, burn, metaphorically speaking, I was like, I can go to a super church and rip them down from the Epistle of Jude alone, and they wouldn't let me in the door, or they will throw me out, And what's even crazier when I speak this, I don't know, high frequency, whatever it is, the word of God or not, sometimes people listen and some people say, oh, you're fucked up. And I was like, no, or they want to categorize you or label you. That's what society does. We label shit, And just like we label our world leaders and we choose our world leaders. Look at our world leaders. They're fucked,
Yeah, I don't care about literally a word that you've said. None of that was evidence for
awesome.
God.
But still you're listening. So you can understand or have some kind of perception from.
I'm
your
not listening.
experience.
I'm letting you talk because you want to talk.
Oh shit! So
and preach.
Oh, fuck that, dude. Don't let me talk because I'm a fucking
wonderful.
idiot.
What evidence do you have?
The fact that I'm an idiot because I've literally studied so many different religions.
That's
and
wasted
a whole bunch of my good time, passed up on going out with super hot girls.
Okay, soldier, let's get you in. Phil bros are way better than that. You are a Phil bro, right? You've been up before. Not at all?
No, I've been up before, but a long time ago.
Yeah, you're a Christian, right?
Yeah, I've had a lot of time to study.
And you use Phil bro jargon.
No,
And you're going to speak at 500 words per minute and call me a low tier when I don't grant something?
no, we're going to talk about the evidence for God.
Okay, cool. I got you. Which God?
Jesus Christ.
Okay, sure. Let's hear it, brother.
So the evidence for God is a cumulative case of the origin of the universe, the fine-tuning of it, objective morality, the resurrection, all lead to the conclusion that Jesus Christ existed, that he is God.
That's a non sequitur if I've ever heard one. Holy shit.
No, not at all.
How does
We
the
have a lot of
universe's existence lead to Jesus? What the fuck?
Well, because I'll tell you why. Because the Bible presents God as all of these different things, all powerful, eternal, all-knowing, and that's the kind of God that would have created the universe.
So if I define Voldemort as that, does that make him God?
No, not at all. Because
Okay,
we know
so
that
you can't
Voldemort is a
define God
fictional
into
character.
existence. Yeah, your
Yes, we
God
can.
is a fictional character.
No,
Like,
Voldemort is a fictional character.
you're just defining God as all powerful and existing. You're not actually
No.
demonstrating the existence.
Well, the origin of the universe would be his a demonstration of his all-powerfulness.
What evidence do you have that the universe was created?
Well, we know that the universe cannot be eternal because of the second law of thermodynamics.
That's not how that works.
Yes, that's how that works. The universe
B
can't be
theory
eternal.
time allows for that. A theory time doesn't. B theory time is what is held because it works with relativity. So
Regardless,
that's just incorrect objectively.
it's not.
Eternal universe is in the idea that time has an expansion / starting point. There isn't anything before that. Anything past that is time. Like,
Yeah,
there you
so there's
go.
nothing before what we
That
see
is
as the beginning of
eternity,
time,
brother.
space, and
That's
matter.
for all time
No, we
by
know that
definition.
because of the second law of thermodynamics, that if the universe has always been here, then it has
That's
had an infinite time to run out of energy.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope. Because if
So the
time
universe
has a
cannot be
starting
eternal.
point, if time has a starting point, that is eternity. That's for all time. That is all time. That starting point to now is all time. That's eternity.
I don't understand what you're saying
I can see that. Do you have any evidence that it was created?
because what we have is the cosmological expansion of the
So,
universe. Take it back to the
pause.
high dense things. We have no evidence of time, space, or matter existing before that point. So we know that
Right.
time, space,
So
and matter
time
began.
has a beginning point.
Yeah, so if something began, it has to have a
So
cause. Something
that
that's
is
outside
all
of
of
time, space, and
time.
matter. Something outside of time, space, and matter had to have created it.
No.
Yes.
No.
You cannot have a material thing creating
Brother.
material. You cannot have something inside of time creating time. It has to be outside of
Nothing
those things.
created time, brother. Time is just a measurement of change.
Time began at a certain point. You even said that yourself. So we
Based
know that
on
time,
the expansion, it started at the expansion because the expansion is the start of changing of the hot dense state.
yes, and we have no evidence of anything existing before that, but we do
The
have
hot dense
evidence
state.
of a creator creating the universe.
What evidence do you have of a creator making the hot dense state?
Well, first of all, the Bible, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the universe.
Nope. Heavens and
So-
the earth. You just misquoted
Yes.
Genesis 1:1.
Sorry, my bad. It's the heavens and the earth, but that's talking about
Yeah, the
creating
earth wasn't
heavens and
created in the
universe.
beginning.
Earth is part of the universe.
You have to
so
demonstrate Genesis 1, dude. It's a
we don't have to
claim.
demonstrate evidence. We don't have to demonstrate.
Yeah, you do.
The Bible.
That's begging the question.
Bible
That
is
is circular reasoning.
No, it's not. The Bible.
You
is
just said the
evidence.
Bible is true because the Bible says it's true. That's circular
Nobody said The
reasoning.
Bible says it's true because the Bible says it's true.
You
You
did.
twisted my words.
You just said
I'm
it.
using the Bible. I'm using the Bible as evidence for
It's
the
not.
creation of the universe.
The Bible says that this happened. That is not evidence that it did happen. That's begging the question. You're using
I'm
the
using
conclusion
evidence.
as the evidence. That is the definition of begging the question.
You asked me what evidence do I have?
Yeah,
of
the
a God
Bible
creating the
is not
universe, and I
providing-
said the Bible-
pause.
Yes.
Pause. The Bible is not providing evidence. It's providing a claim. The Bible
No,
says,
the Bible.
pause.
Go ahead.
The Bible says God created the heavens and the earth. It has not justified that. It just says it happened. That is not evidence that it did happen.
The Bible is not just a claim; it's many different lines of evidence.
Can
It
you
is
provide the
eyewitness test-
evidence for God creating the
I-
universe?
Yes, the Bible, not objective morality, the creation of the universe, the fine tuning of it. how
It
came out
says that it was
eternal.
created. Can you provide evidence for that?
Yes, the second law of thermodynamics. I just told you.
Does
because it
not
is,
stop here.
tells us that
Sober.
the-
Sober, do you want to re-request up and explain to him this?
tells us that the universe cannot be eternal.
All right, hello. All right, so Soldier, sorry if
Yeah.
my audio is kind of ass.
All right, fine.
Your whole argument is that the Big Bang was the absolute beginning of time, correct?
Yes, I'm saying that we have no evidence of time, space, or matter existing before that point. And so that is our.
Actually, we
that's
do.
beginning
The
of time,
consensus
space,
is
and
that
matter.
space and time did exist before that point. That's the consensus. Most cosmologists, when I say most, I mean 70%, believe that there was not an absolute beginning of time.
I'll say the first part of that again.
That's not the consensus. The consensus in current cosmology, to what we know, is that time and space had to be present prior for this event to take place.
That can't be, because the second law of thermodynamics tells us that nothing could have
Whoa,
existed before
that's
that.
if conservation of energy is true on a global scale. That's just not the case.
Yes, it is the case. The universe.
Really? Okay, what you know what dark energy is? I'm assuming you know if you're saying it's not the case.
Nah, sort of, but not fully.
So when space expands, right? It creates the fabric, basically increases energy. Imagine like pouring water into a cup, but the density seems the same like throughout the whole time it's pouring, right? It equals itself out. So energy is increasing. So the law of thermodynamics do not apply globally. It applies locally, like our solar system, right? Maybe our observable universe. Maybe.
So how? I don't understand the argument, but I do know that the universe is a closed system. The universe is
Yeah,
all time, all space,
so-
all matter, and all energy.
Yeah. People mix this up, right? The law of thermodynamics isn't just if it's a closed system, right? It means if energy is conserved within a closed system, then this is the case. But energy is not conserved globally.
What do you mean?
Dark energy. Energy increases through expansion. Therefore, it's not staying the same. So law of thermodynamics do not apply globally or throughout the entire universe.
And of which, to go back to my original point, it's still, the second law still wouldn't be evidence of a magical unicorn creating the universe. Because without time, brother, without time, there's no causal relations. There is no cause and effect. Therefore, your God cannot have created anything. That's just
Also-
a breaking the laws of physics.
Also, for anyone who's saying that 70% isn't a real source, the Copenhagen survey, that's the source if you want to talk about it.
We'll have to do some more research on that, but I do know that the second law of thermodynamics applies to the overall tendency towards entropy in physical systems.
Well,
So when it comes to
let's say this
the
then, man.
universe,
Hey, watch this. I'm going to grant your argument for the sake of argument. Demonstrate God creating it. It could have been a deeper mechanic in physics.
no, we know that if the universe is all time, space, matter, and energy, then something outside of those things. had
It's
to
not
have created
possible,
those
brother.
things.
It's not possible for something without time to have cause and effect. Cause and effect are byproducts of time's existence.
Yeah, before time would be eternity. God existed in eternity.
No, that's a
He
claim.
existed-
You have to demonstrate
not a
that it's
claim.
you're special pleading right now, dude.
It's not special
It
pleading. That's
is.
exactly, those are the qualities of
No,
God. God is
you're
God has
yeah,
to be
you're
eternal. God cannot be
defining
created.
you're defining him that way, but it's not proven.
If God is created, then he's not God. He has
Yeah,
to be
you're
eternal.
defining that, but you're not demonstrating that.
That's just the
That's the definition of God. You are defining God into existence. You're not demonstrating that he does exist.
Yes, I'm showing you the evidence that he does exist.
No,
The
you're
creation of the
not.
universe.
You have to
Yes,
demonstrate a causal mechanism linking the universe's creation to God making it. You're just saying the claim God created it as the evidence, which you're saying God created it is the evidence that God created it. This is begging the question. This is textbook begging the question.
God spoke the universe.
You have to
into existence.
demonstrate that. You have
Here,
to
Soldier,
prove
No,
that.
Soldier.
no,
Let's
I
just say
don't have to
this.
Demonstrate that.
I gave you a source saying the Copenhagen survey where like majority, like 70% of cosmologists and astrophysicists agree with what I'm saying with, right? So can you agree if that is the case, will you concede?
Well, I have to do some research, but I don't exactly know the.
I mean,
full
Cody
thing
can
on
pull it
Dark
up if you
energy.
really want to.
I've done a little bit of research on dark energy, but I know that the second law of thermodynamics still applies. It doesn't. The dark energy doesn't cancel out the second law of thermodynamics.
Yes,
The
it
universe-
does.
The universe is still
It,
not eternal.
it literally
Yes,
does.
it does. The thermodynamic. Okay. Okay, let's just break this down bit by bit. If the first law doesn't apply, then the second law doesn't apply, correct?
The first law always applies. The second law
No,
always
the first
applies.
law is proven by the second law, so
So if the first law doesn't apply, does the second law apply or no?
How does the first law? How does the first law not apply?
Because energy increases.
The first law of thermodynamics is that
Yes, energy increases on a global
Yeah,
scale.
the second law is the law of conservation, that energy is conserved. That is not globally true. So it does fall apart with dark energy. Dude, we are saying so many like scientific objective, not subjective, objective facts, and your only argument is nuh-uh, the Bible says otherwise.
that's not what I'm saying. We're talking about. I haven't even
Soldier.
mentioned the Bible except for the fact that it said that God created the heavens and the
Yeah,
earth.
it's a claim. It's not evidence that he actually did do that.
So what you're saying is false. I'm not over here just saying God says this because the Bible says that.
Yeah, you are. So demonstrate the
your
Bible's
claim's
truth.
correct. I'm showing you. You said there's no evidence for God, and I'm showing you tons of evidence for
You
God.
haven't provided one piece of evidence pointing to a God.
Evidence is any
Facts and
type
information leading
of-
to a true conclusion.
It's not facts. No, it's any type
Oxford
of,
Dictionary. That is the Oxford Dictionary definition of evidence. Facts and information leading to a true and valid conclusion. That is the Oxford Dictionary definition. That is the definition of evidence. Yes, it is. So you're denying everything that we're saying. We brought up a cosmologist poll. You said nuh-uh. We explained how your argument is begging the question. You said nuh-uh. I explained that God cannot be outside of time and have causal relation. You said nuh-uh. Like, you're just saying nuh-uh to everything we're saying. And then, like, dude, you gotta, like, be like, okay, that's fair. Let me go look into that further. Like, you gotta at least try here. You're not being honest at all.
Well, that's a caricature, a straw man, fallacious. Everything you're saying is completely wrong. And evidence itself is any information, fact, or physical object or testimony that supports the truth of a claim or indicates that something exists. And I've given you
Yeah,
tons
facts and
of evidence,
information
the
leading to a true
creation of the
conclusion.
universe, the fine-tuning of it, objective morality. The
You haven't
resurrection.
demonstrated any of
We've
that.
focused on one of
You have
those,
to
but
provide the facts and information
Okay,
behind a
Soldier,
God
so
making these
The whole
things.
point is that your entire argument falls under the laws of thermodynamics, but that does not apply to the whole universe. And if
Yes,
you
it
to
does.
keep no, it doesn't.
Yes,
You
it sure
admitted that
does.
it doesn't.
It does. The universe
It
is a
doesn't.
closed
Okay, so
system.
okay,
And in closed
why do we see?
systems, entropy increases, and if the universe was eternal, then it has had an infinite time to decay.
That's,
If the universe has always been here, if it's infinite, it is at
Brother.
an infinite time to decay.
even if I do grant that, there's still no evidence that a God had anything to do with this, because it could also be a deeper mechanic in physics.
No, I've told you that the universe is definitionally considered as all time, all space, all matter, and all energy. So something
Okay,
Yeah.
outside
I
of those
gave you
had to have
okay. Here,
created
soldier,
that.
soldier. I gave you a survey from cosmologists saying that that's not true. Time did not absolutely begin at the Big Bang. You said, okay, I'll look into it, but you're still bringing up that point like your truth is the truth
Yeah.
because you said so.
Or
I brought
what,
up
for you to look up Planck time.
So are y'all looking at
Copenhagen survey.
are y'all looking at actual evidence or
You
what
haven't
y'all want to
provided
be
any
true?
evidence.
This is data, like a survey from cosmologists. Like if you deny that, you're denying like the whole study of cosmology.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Are y'all looking into what is actually true, like what the evidence supports, or
You haven't provided
possibilities?
any
Is that what
evidence.
you're presenting?
Here,
Because possibilities are one thing, but
Cody,
evidence.
are you able to
matter
pull
more.
it up?
Oh shit. No, he's not going to believe anything we say at this point.
Alright.
Because I want actual evidence. I'm bringing you evidence, and
You
you're
haven't
bringing me
provided
I
any
gave you a
evidence.
Copenhagen survey.
You're bringing me
Copenhagen survey.
possibilities. There's no actual credible evidence that anything existed before the hot dense state.
Wait, so a pool between cosmologists saying the consensus on a theory is not evidence?
Sure, you can have a consensus, but it can be a minority consensus.
That's what consensus means.
Okay, so you have a minority consensus of
Yes,
something
but that's
to be
based on
true.
the
So
evidence, right? That's based
not
on the
that
evidence.
is a minority consensus is not anything near a
Well,
majority
CK,
consensus. And it's not going to be considered
Let me
as
further
credible.
ask. Let me further ask, CK. You agree with the thermodynamics, correct?
Yes.
So energy can't be created, so your God didn't create it.
Well, God can create. God has.
That's
to be able
special
to create.
pleading.
He cannot create. That God is defined as all powerful.
That's special
He has-
pleading by
No, it's not
definition.
special pleading. You know that God.
You're
God possesses
saying
those
this
qualities. He
cannot be
has to possess
created
those
and cannot be
qualities.
done except for my thing can do it without any
No.
demonstration. That is special pleading by definition.
God has to be those things.
No,
That is not special
you're
pleading.
defining him as those things. You're not demonstrating him as these
No.
things.
God has to be those things. God is defined already as
Yeah,
those
you're
things.
defining him this. You're not demonstrating this.
No, I'm not defining God as that. God is already defined as the supreme,
Yeah, you're
all-powerful,
trying
and
to
all-knowing
define
creator
God
and
into
ruler of the
existence.
universe.
It doesn't make him those things.
Regardless, we don't have any evidence to support anything existing.
You don't
before
have
time,
any
space, and matter.
evidence that energy was created by God.
Yes, we do.
Provide it.
We have the universe, and I just showed you because of the second law of thermodynamics that it cannot have always been here. That means something had to.
It doesn't apply to the whole universe, by the way.
Yes, it does apply to the whole universe.
So I brought up new information that you've never heard of before. Admit that you've never heard of before, but you're willing to die on that hill that you know everything.
You brought me a minority consensus and tried to claim it as the actual consensus.
It's a survey between cosmologists who know this field 200 times better than you.
Well, it doesn't matter if other people have studied this stuff. It doesn't make what they say true. What I'm saying is true because the evidence points towards that.
You don't think they'll understand the evidence better than you? People who study this their whole lives, you don't think they understand this concept better than you?
They can understand things better than me, and they can still be wrong.
So you can be wrong, correct?
I can be wrong, but I'm not wrong. Because
According
the evidence
to
support my conclusions.
Which evidence?
What evidence? Okay, never mind.
I just told you.
Yeah, you're saying something I'm okay, how about this? Go on Google, search the Copenhagen survey, or maybe, I don't know, and come back up. And if you still disagree, we could talk about it. Is that fair? That you actually look at the evidence instead of just denying it?
Listen, I know that there are certain models like the quantum vacuum model, internal inflation, the multiverse theories, but what you're not defending is evidence. You're defending possibilities. And
okay, that's all
yours
for a
is a
Big Bang,
possibility.
by the way.
Brother,
I'm not
yours
bringing
is a
up multiverse at all.
possibility. You haven't demonstrated your possibility as true.
Mine is not a possibility. I'm giving you evidence.
No, your evidence was the definition of a God, and you defined God as all-powerful and having to have had created the universe. That doesn't mean that he did create the universe.
I'm saying that time and space and matter began at a certain point, so something outside of time, space, matter, and energy had to have created that.
You haven't demonstrated that.
That is the case. I have demonstrated that over and over.
You haven't demonstrated it once.
It just seems like I'm talking to a brick wall at this point, fellas.
You haven't demonstrated it once, dude.
I'm gonna go ahead and get down and
don't run.
All right. Yeah, search that survey and actually before you deny
You're
evidence,
conceding.
look at the evidence.
I'm kidding. I'm not going to go that way, dude. You got to provide justifications for these claims.
I definitely have over and over.
You haven't.
So
You've
they're
said the
saying
claim
God
over and
did
over.
something
Without
without any justification to say that. That makes it a claim.
Oh,
bro.
he ran.
All right, I'm gonna stay muted till I'm home. The rest is up to you.
Yeah. Holy shit. Well, I did say I was going to give the Phil Bros a bit of a chance today, so. Whew. That was something. There is another survey from this month, by the way, same results. Ooh, we need to look at that.
Is that Copenhagen, or is it, what's that called? Whoever said that.
Yeah, what's that called, Ankle? That was a rough first couple calls. Yeah, saying God is defined as all-powerful, therefore he did, is not evidence that he did. Same guy's new survey, so I guess Copenhagen has a new survey.
Well, if it's different, it's really good evidence if it's different cosmologists, right? But if it's the same, then you wouldn't expect a different result.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'll have to look into that after. Damn, that was... The Bible is the claim. Yeah, they don't get that part. Like, the Bible said so does not mean that it's true. Harry Potter said so does not mean it's true. There's no evidence for Harry Potter. There's no evidence for the Bible. Yeah. You trust the thesis of Americans? No. I trust evidence. Yeah, he did deny the definition of evidence. What's up, Sentry? Sentry?
Yo. Sorry.
Oh,
What's up?
I accidentally clicked your camera. Don't worry about that. You over the age of 18, brother?
Am I what? Sorry?
Over the age of 18?
Oh, yeah. I'm 29.
Okay, cool. Which God do you believe in?
I used to be a deist. I used to be,
Yeah, I can't do
Satanist,
anything about
and
his audio,
currently-
guys. It's just his microphone.
Oh, yeah, sorry, guys. My bad. I can pop off. If the
No,
audio
you're
is real
good.
bad, I got-
It's not that bad.
All right, but I used to be a deist. Currently, in my current life, I'm a theist, though.
Okay.
I study theology, and
Which God?
I am very interested in this conversation. You guys were talking about the laws of thermodynamics earlier,
Yeah.
and I would like to. It's not like a gotcha or anything, but we can both agree that the entire universe is not local, right?
Right, yeah.
Right. From a science perspective, the entire universe is not local,
Mhm.
nor is the entire universe realism, right? Like there are some points or some things that when we look at it from a basic concept of physics, our understanding does not apply.
That's not necessarily how that works. Us not understanding how something works doesn't mean that our physics aren't true.
I didn't say that our physics aren't true. I'm saying that our understanding of it and how our fundamentals of physics apply to this situation, right?
So our physics break down at the hot, dense state.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
That's-
that has nothing to do with the expansion.
If your understanding of something breaks down, right?
Right, because our tools haven't
Aren't
caught up
capable of
yet.
measuring it.
Haven't
Yes,
caught up
I
yet.
fully
Yeah.
agree with you. I fully agree with you, right? It's just like dark energy, for instance. We can't actually measure dark energy. We just
We
have
can
an
measure its
idea that
effects.
there.
We know
Right,
it's
we can-
there.
We have an idea. We can't actually prove that it's there.
We
because
do.
We don't know.
We can literally observe its effects.
We can observe its effects. That doesn't mean we know that we are attributing it to something called dark energy. But
Yeah, because we see a dark space affecting everything. We know it is there. We know something is
Yeah,
there.
hot take. You can kind of you can argue it's a placeholder, but it's the same concept as like how we know gravity's there, right? We can see its effects. You know what I mean?
Sure, I can concede that, you're making a good point, but my whole point here is that if you were relying on the understanding of man and these 120 scientists out of Copenhagen to like say, oh yeah, this is what I'm gonna believe, that seems very silly and nonsensical to
It's
me.
silly to trust 120 of the greatest cosmologists on the planet in their 30 plus years of experience, all coming into complete agreement that there's no evidence beyond hot dense to state that everything has a beginning. That's unrealistic. Seriously, that's unreasonable. I think
Yeah,
that's kind
because
of
if
absurd.
you read the rest of that survey, my man, they don't agree on damn near anything else.
That doesn't matter.
It
We
does
know
matter,
that
brother.
there's
What are
a
you talking
Planck
about?
time.
What are you talking about right now?
If anything, hot, that should kind of show that this is a simple concept that they can all agree on.
Yeah.
That our understanding of space and time only holds up until we get into.
Yeah, you're trying to act like we're never going to understand because something
I'm not
magical
saying
is
we're ne- I
behind
never-
it.
I'm not acting like that.
We're
What are
not
you
able to
talking about right
understand
now?
it yet. We will. We're going to understand it, and then it's going to turn out not to be God.
When have I ever said it was God, my brother?
You're a Christian, and we are arguing that there's no evidence
I'm
for
not
God.
a Christian. I said I'm a theologist.
I
not a
didn't call
Christian,
you.
brother.
Okay, sure. You believe in God.
All right. I study theology.
Okay, listen.
But sure.
Do you, yes or no, believe in God? That was one of the first questions I asked you.
Actually, you didn't ask me that.
Yes, I did.
You
I
asked me-
said, which God do you believe in? And you said you study theology.
Yeah.
Okay, do you
I'm
believe in a
telling you,
God?
I don't
Because the
believe
prompt
in
is there's no
necessarily-
evidence for God. We're talking about God here.
Brother, you're not talking about God at all. You're
Yes,
talking about
I
a bunch
am.
of
There's
science
no
and
evidence for
bullshit,
God.
homie. We're talking about science right now. We're not talking.
Yeah, okay, hot take. That was because some guy brought up a point about thermodynamics and he didn't fully understand thermodynamics. He was still a God topic.
Yeah, he was using thermodynamics to prove God, because this entire discussion is about God. There is no evidence for God. He was trying to use science as evidence for God, because the entire point of everything I do is revolved
Hey, buddy,
around
if
God.
you're gonna talk to me like I'm 12, or you're gonna
Well,
talk to me like
when you're
gonna talk
incapable of
riddles to me
comprehending
anyway,
basic
have a good day,
context
man.
clues, I
Have
feel
a
like
good
I
day.
need
Have a good
to,
day.
because you
Have a good
weren't
day. Have a
following,
good
you
day,
weren't
man.
comprehending,
Have a good day,
you were
man. Have a good
incapable
day.
of following
Have a
along.
good day, man.
So we are
I'm not doing this
100%
to you.
talking about God.
You're
The
not
prompt
gonna
says
bring
there's
me
no
on the live
evidence
and
for
then treat me
God.
like a child. That's
Well, when you
Okay,
sound
hot.
like
Let's
one,
just
when
start
you sound
over,
like one, I'm
brother.
going to call you one, because this is what you sound like right now. He ran, by the way, chat.
Hi.
Akacho, you over the age of 18?
Yeah, I'm an atheist. I just wanted to correct something the other guy said about the universe being non-real, and what does it mean?
What? I don't care. If you're a friendly, I'm not gonna sit here
Oh,
and argue for a Christian.
yeah, no, don't worry. I was just trying to correct something the guy before me said,
Well, we
but
all
it's
know he
okay
was
if you.
crazy.
Yeah, I just it's a concept he misinterpreted. It's
Yeah.
okay if you don't want me to explain it. It's okay, completely fine.
Yeah, we know he didn't comprehend what he was saying. Yeah, it's all good. I appreciate you requesting up, though.
Thanks. Have a good day.
You as well, man. Appreciate you. Man, got some theologians and itinerant preachers are not evidence of God. Yeah, that's the prompt is literally about God. How do you join something that the prompt is about a thing and you say that you're not talking about that thing? What? That is crazy. That is wild. All right, do we have any more theists that want to attempt to provide evidence? Theists, come on out. Hello, theists. If I say the book, you say that's not evidence, then quote definition of Oxford Dictionary. Yeah, the definition is needed for a word to be able to communicate that word effectively. The book about a story is false. We all have words. Words exist. We have to have definitions to be able to effectively communicate, so we wrote the definitions down so that we can look them up. Nick, are you going to request up or keep sounding really dumb in chat? There's a massive difference in writing down a definition of a word and using that definition later when all people agree with the definition and it is how the word is supposed to be used, versus Harry Potter is true because Harry Potter says so. Words are subjective. We have to write them down, have agreement upon the meanings and definitions. Nick, you should request up instead of hiding. Holy shit. I had a report and I appealed it and it immediately got accepted. That's crazy. That's never happened on TikTok before. Yeah, right. Rare TikTok W. Thank you everyone for the heart me's today. You guys are legends. Anti-intextualism, no matter of what you represent. If ask you your claim, no God. What? You want to try that again with better grammar? I have no clue what you just tried to say. You should just request up. I'll read one more of your chat and then I'm just going to ignore you for wasting my time. Dude, anti-intextualism, no matter what you present. If ask you your claim, no God. I read it slow. Try again with better grammar. I think he's not requesting up because he's literally 12 and not able to be on. Didn't miss a whole lot, Carrie. It's been a slow few days because of my not posting videos.
Philosophy into science, pretending like they're the same thing.
Alex K stitched. So
Feelings, right, are chemical reactions. That's a scientific fact.
No, it's not. But I'm not letting this point go because people keep sneaking philosophy into science, pretending like they're the same thing. Science absolutely shows correlations between emotions and brain activity. Nobody disputes that. But to say that this thing just is this thing is a whole different kind of a claim, which carries a whole different kind of a burden of proof. Look, if you're sad, your brain changes. If you're in love, your chemistry changes. But that is not the same thing as proving the feeling just is the chemistry or the result of the chemistry. That leap is philosophy. And philosophy, unfortunately for you, is not science. Check the description, Google that there.
Alex K says that feelings are not chemical reactions. Alex K's funny. It's funny because I think Alex is a universalist or atheist or something of the sort, some sort of like agnostic. It's like we don't have a debate there, but he comes up here and his only argument is consciousness is not from the brain. And even if I grant him that, like, I don't care. Like, he has it in his head that we're like hard set that it has to be an emergent property of the brain. But I don't care. But when all the evidence supports that consciousness is an emergent property of the brain, I'm going to believe that. Like, he never talks about God. It's only the brain. Whereas consciousness, then, he never has an answer for that. His only thing is, nuh-uh. Now let me not tell you where it comes from. Basically his only argument is that he doesn't know, and neither do we, and we have to agree that we don't know. That's basically his argument. And he has like 40 or 60,000 followers that will fight to the death over defending that argument. You just can't fix stupid. We got some theists here in chat that are too scared to request up. Oh, we got a Alex circle jerker in here. Ronnie. You should request up, Ronnie. We don't actually really care about the consciousness argument, but I would love to hear where consciousness comes from if it's not the brain. Okay, cool, Ronnie. Demonstrate that. Demonstrate how you know this. See, that's the thing that Alex has never done. He has never demonstrated where consciousness comes from. He says it's fundamental. That's a claim. I have nothing against agreeing with that claim. It has nothing to do with God. I have no cares at all. I don't care if consciousness is a property of the brain or not, because it does not prove that there is or is not a God, which is what I do care about. Whether consciousness is part of my brain or not does not change my day-to-day activities. It doesn't matter to me. Oh, you're claiming that consciousness is God. Well, you'd have to demonstrate that. If you want to define God as consciousness, you can, but that doesn't mean that consciousness is a God. It doesn't have to be God. God, by definition, is all powerful creator of the universe. Consciousness is, by definition, being awake and aware. They're not the same thing. You would have to demonstrate God creating it and or God being it, which you and Alex fail at on a daily basis. I did explain consciousness, being awake and aware. You can define it as more than that, but I don't. My ears are ringing. What's up? Yeah, your cronies came in here, but my whole argument against you and your cronies is, okay, so first of all, you haven't demonstrated that consciousness comes from external of the brain. You haven't provided the causal mechanism for where it comes from. And I also don't really care. It doesn't change. I don't know why you're hell-bent on it. I enjoy talking about God. Consciousness doesn't have to do with God. It is science. You're talking about the brain and chemistry and science. Just because you like to false equivalent everything doesn't mean that you're right, Alex. Science is the testing of these things, Alex. When you're trying to test where it actually comes from, that is science. So you're just factually, objectively wrong. What's up, Coin? You were talking to Sober?
Yeah.
What were you guys arguing about?
We were arguing more so. I was trying to formulate a new arc, like a God arc, right?
Okay. Are you theistic?
I'm an agnostic theist, yeah.
Okay, sure. Which kind of a God?
Just like the classical theist God. The classical
Okay.
theistic God.
Sure. What's your argument?
It's very bad right now.
Okay, sure.
So you're gonna fry me, but it's just on contingent and necessary. So
Oh man, you failed right there. I mean, you're gonna have to. Have you ever listened to Catholic Thinker here on TikTok?
No, I haven't.
He's a Catholic. He's a Thomistic Catholic. I think his arguments for God are pretty fucking awesome. Go look him up. He argues for divine simplicity and kind of like Spinoza's God, and then adds on arguments for a personal God. I think they're really good. There's a lot of gaps, but I do think they're good overall.
Oh, okay.
But Pete, the main takeaway is granting eternal universe doesn't necessarily kick out God. So don't hold the classic, right? Because that means there is a beginning, and there's a lot of contradictions with that.
Yeah, I understand that, but yeah, I appeal to B theory. I'll just say eternalism, right? I'd appeal to eternalism.
The hardship here, logic doesn't prove anything. It's just our way of a framework of knowing if we're thinking correctly and coherently with reality. When it comes to God claims, you have to provide epistemic justification for its truth. Now, the universe could be eternal. It could be finite. Infinite, finite, eternal, not eternal. It could be any of these things and God still be true. That's not our problem. The problem is the causal relation for if God actually did create the universe, you have to demonstrate that.
Oh, okay, yeah. What do you think are the best arguments for that?
There's no such thing as a logically sound argument, but
Catholics is the closest, and it's because he redefines the universe as an independent/dependent thing. He I wouldn't say he defines it into existence, but there's different terms compared to the normal arguments, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But even he grants eternal universe, and simply put, it's under divine simplicity, God's will is equal to his essence. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So anything he wills to exist must also be eternal and unchanging.
Yeah, okay, I see. Yeah. But if we're gonna say that he's willing to exist, he wills things to existence, are we just appealing to ontological creation? Or are we saying that he works under a framework? to establish those.
I'm sorry, rephrase that.
Yeah, if we're saying that God wills things into existence, right? Are we just are we appealing to ontological creation, or are we just establishing a framework?
It's a good question.
That's a Catholic question because he's the one that made the argument. I don't know what he's appealing to.
Yeah, it's not our framework. Like, my thought is the universe is empirical. So I would argue it is ontological.
Yeah.
I mean, the end takeaway is that I can make a time argument for it being eternal and it holds to be true. But you can also make, yeah, that's true, but it could be caused by God. You know what I mean?
It comes down to false dichotomies quite often.
Yeah. But like, I'm just like on the journey trying to find like a good argument, because like the more like I look, I just realize like I just see how bad the arguments are.
Yeah, they're all bad, brother, because we're talking about, here's the problem. You agree that God is metaphysical, correct?
Yeah, I say that, yeah.
Yeah, a unicorn also is metaphysical, correct?
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, so if I say, could a unicorn exist? Could this unicorn exist and would it have fur? Would it have hair? Would it have thorns? Would it have scales? These are metaphysical questions, but if I say this unicorn exists in my backyard and has scales, that's no longer a metaphysical question, it's an empirical claim that requires justification. So when we talk about God, if we say, could God have this power? Could God have this characteristic? Those are metaphysical. But when we say God does have these characteristics, does exist, and did create the universe, it's no longer metaphysical, it's empirical and requires justification.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see. So like whenever we're just establishing like properties or stuff like that, it just leads to becoming empirical. Like rather than just like,
Well, think about it this way. If God has an effect on the universe, right? We would be able to see that empirically.
Yeah.
Like either it be there was a beginning of time. Obviously, there would have to be something that caused it. There's no such thing as a philosophical nothing, right? That's when you can put in God, and I wouldn't even consider that a gap. I think that would follow, but that's just not the case.
Yeah, to prove God would require like a fucking fingerprint at this point. Like, we have to have something demonstrable.
Yeah, I feel like
It's just never gonna happen. Also, the classical God breaks the laws of physics, and the only way to argue against that is a special pleading fallacy.
Oh how does he break the laws of physics?
Yeah, God is outside of time, correct?
Oh yeah.
Without time, there's no cause and effect, therefore he can't create anything. So to say that he did create anything without time is just not possible. And then to say it's possible because he created time and is God and can do all things is just defining him as being able to do such, but it's special pleading because it isn't possible in accordance with the laws of physics. You would have to demonstrate it is possible by showing him doing it.
Yeah. But like what if like the person just appealed to like something like eternalism and just said that the universe was just begot by God or something?
Yeah, you still have to demonstrate it. There's no causal relation from universe to God. It doesn't exist.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna have to like look into like some more arguments. All right.
Yeah, look up Catholic Thinker here on TikTok.
Yeah. One of my favorite is that under both of our views, logic must have been eternal.
Yeah.
Like, because for me, it's like an abstract object, but even for you, like, again, it's equal to anything he wills must be equal to his essence. So if he grounds logic must be eternal, like eternally grounded.
Yeah.
Also, to further throw into that, morals, if they're grounded in God's mind, they are by definition subjective. So whether you believe in God or not, all morals are subjective.
Yeah, and that falls into like take the Christian God for example. Like you have to like question like is something good because God says it's good, or does God do something because it's good?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You have to like it's a really big rabbit hole and it's tough to get out of.
And to do that, you just look at his laws and his grantings of what is good, and he breaks them all the time, therefore breaking his own rules. he falls short of his own commands. Like it's just a pathetic story.
Yeah, I try my best not to make positive claims, but I can say for certain that if there is a God, it's not the Christian one.
Yeah, the Abrahamic God it doesn't exist. 1000%.
Yeah, I somewhat agree. So, like, well, like, here's like what I'd say. When people like usually refer to like things like let's just say morality and God, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of like we going like kind of like I guess circular more so. But like if I were going to say like God grounds morality, right? If we're going to say that God's a necessary being or something like that, then we just say his morality would also be necessary, meaning it can't be really like contingent upon
Sure,
anything,
sure.
right?
But then that falls into under every situation. Like, okay, is God's nature okay? So morality is grounded in his nature, correct?
Yeah,
So is his nature unchanging?
yeah, his nature would just I agree.
So that would mean everything he's done at some point would be okay now. So
So
again, with Christian, right? The mass murdering of individuals, including babies, right? That would mean it's okay today because his nature is unchanging.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me and you, we're all three more moral than God. You are better than God.
yeah.
You're also better than God because you actually exist.
Yeah, I'm gonna just look into some more arguments, right? I don't
Yeah,
want
brother.
to take too much time up.
You're all good. I appreciate you being here, man. Yeah, don't forget to go look up Catholic Thinker. I think you would like him a lot. He comes up here quite often as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it like right after this.
Yeah, man. You have yourself a good one.
Alright. You too.
Yep.
W's for that guy. That was pretty chill. What's up, Denver?
How do you think the universe was created?
I don't.
How do you think we exist then?
Why should I believe a God made us?
Or how do you think we're here right now?
I don't know. Why should I believe a God did it? So this is called burden shifting. When I say I don't know, why should I believe your positive claim that a unicorn did it? I don't have to prove everything about everything. You're saying that you have the answer. By shifting the burden onto me and making me answer a question to answer everything about everything is by definition burden shifting when it's your burden to explain because you're saying that you have the answer.
Okay, so everything needs to have a cause.
I don't grant that.
Like there's nothing here that just appeared out of nowhere.
I don't grant that.
You don't think you think stuff just appears out of nowhere?
No. I think it's
That's what
possible
you
for
said.
things to exist for eternity.
What makes you think that?
Yeah, the first law of thermodynamics.
Say it to me.
Yeah, energy can't be created.
What if it's by an all-powerful God that can do anything?
Cool, demonstrate it. I'll grant it if you can demonstrate that that's true and possible.
It's the reason everything exists. What?
No, listen, here's a logically sound argument. I want you to tell me which premise you disagree with. Energy can't be created, P1. Energy exists, P2. Therefore, it's always existed. Conclusion. Which premise do you disagree with?
Energy can't be created.
Okay, so demonstrate that it can be created.
So a God that exists out of our logic can do anything.
That's special pleading.
Not restricted by our logic or anything like that.
Oh, so he's illogical.
He's not restricted by our logic or physics or anything.
I just want to. If that's the case, that's fine. But you just have to admit that your God's illogical.
That's not what I.
It's special pleading. It's a fallacy.
Define illogical.
It's a logical fallacy, Denver. The laws of these physics are saying that this can't happen. You are saying it can happen, and God created these things, therefore can do what he wants with them. Without demonstration of that actually being true, you're just defining it as true. You're just saying it is true because it's defined so. That is illogical. It's by definition special pleading.
Okay, so Denver, there's laws of logic, right?
That everything here exists. You can't just take some. You can't have something that can't. Like, all right, hold on. You can't just make something out of nothing.
No one said it did.
Correct?
That's not possible.
Yes. So then, how do you think?
Yeah.
You think
Denver, what do you think like the Big Bang? Like what do you think it describes?
isn't it like a vacuum of like light particles or whatever?
So the Big Bang, to our knowledge, right? This is our current understanding. It could change, but this is our current understanding, so we'll work with this, right?
Yep.
It is what's called a false vacuum. It looks empty, but when you go down to a molecular level, an atomic level, it's actually moving. Everything is moving. It's called quantum field theory.
And what is everything? How did everything get there?
To our knowledge, it's always been there. It's always been the case, and we have no reason to not think it's always been the case.
Why do you have no reason to think it's not always been the case?
Because our
What
math is
evidence?
adding up, and our evidence is pointing towards that this was before the Big Bang. It was pre-existing.
How can something be pre-exist? How can something just always exist all
The
the
Big
time?
Bang wasn't the creation of
Oh,
literally everything.
wait, pause. How can something just exist always?
Yes.
Where did God come from?
He is outside of time. We've already been over this.
How
It's
how
not
can
true.
something exist outside of time?
He made it. He made everything.
How did he make it, and how do you know that?
Because he made everything.
How do you know that?
Because it states it in the Bible.
Okay, so begging the question. So you've used two fallacies now. So the Bible says that he created it. How do you know the Bible is true?
Evidence.
What evidence?
The universe.
What about the universe demonstrates God?
It existing.
Okay, demonstrate that God made it exist. So you just ran in
Denver,
a
do you
circle.
see how this is circular?
This is literally
Like
the
you-
definition of circular in every definition possible.
I don't know. You're just
Circular
saying.
circular
you're
means that
telling
you
me to
don't
demon-
actually give evidence. You just repeat, and never get an
The
answer.
evidence is clear.
No, it's not.
Okay, then you should be able to point it out.
It's the whole universe. How do you think it just? You think it just popped out in your?
Nope.
Your argument is it's always been here, which is ridiculous.
That is a very strong plausibility.
What do you?
Okay, by
define by
always, it's defined as space-time. Space-time is kind of our leading assumption.
Okay.
So there's a fabric. I mean, it's a fabric called space-time, and you go smaller and smaller into like a Planck size in this fabric, and then you get like particle. We'll say particles. It's not actually particles, but we'll say particles that like moving around, and they're in this field. It's energy that's inside this field. It doesn't like sitting still. So every now and then it spikes up, and it's called a quantum fluctuation. And in a very, very, very rare case, that can lead to an expansion so fast that those particles become reality.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
here's
let's say
the
that all
part you're
did-
not going to like about this,
Wait.
Denver. Pause. Here's the part you're
Yes,
not going to
wait,
like
we're-
about this.
we're getting
There's
circular.
certain things that we don't know, and that's okay. But to say I don't know, therefore magical unicorn is not okay.
Okay. Since we're just being circular, I want to go to something else.
We're
How
not
do you
being
think
circular.
life-
Wait,
how
how
do you
was
think-
mine circular? Mine was an answer
No,
backed by
yours was-
evidence.
Yours was good, but I would have just said the same thing. So, how do you think life was created?
Denver, it doesn't matter. I don't have to
Yeah,
know
it
everything
does.
about everything. You're the one saying
So then
God
why are you
created
sitting
it.
here live streaming, trying to down talk people's
Because it's false.
religion
You have
and
no
just
evidence
don't
for
know?
it.
Sure, I mean, Denver, let's
I
say
mean, you don't know, so why are you acting like you say?
There
why
are
you sitting
certain
here and
things
acting like
we
you
don't know, and I know that you are wrong. Because you have no evidence to
Okay, then
justify
prove
its
it.
truth.
If you know, if
It's
you know I'm
no,
wrong,
that is your burden. You have to prove that you are true in your magical claim. You have the claim that everything was created. You have to prove it.
Your claim is there is no evidence for God.
Yeah, that's a negative claim. There's no evidence for unicorns. Prove there's no unicorns. Prove there's no evidence for unicorns.
If you said there is no
Prove
evidence for
there
God,
is no evidence for unicorns. Do you believe in unicorns?
Why would I do that?
Exactly.
I don't believe in unicorns.
But okay, prove there's no evidence for unicorns. You see how stupid of a question that is? It's a
Yeah,
negative.
The point is like, do you
I'm
believe
not
like,
educated on unicorns, so I couldn't do that.
do you think like a lack of evidence would then equal evidence of? Like, since we have no evidence of unicorns, is it fair to say that unicorns probably don't exist?
Yeah.
Okay, this
There
is
you
the same
go.
thing for God.
It's really not.
Then provide the evidence.
Okay, life.
What about it?
It's very complex. And
Yeah.
It literally.
Which is
it's
exactly what you would
near-
expect under
It's
evolution, by
near.
the way.
It's
Nick, you need to slow
it's
down and
more
chat, buddy.
unlikely. It's more unlikely that it just happened by chance than there being a God.
Well, it's 100% likely because we do exist and there's no evidence of a God.
The evidence of God is how complex our DNA is and how
Nope.
perfect
That's a claim.
everything has
Nope.
to be.
You have to demonstrate that
how
God made it
perfect
that way.
Everything has to be. How perfect everything in the universe has to be.
Wait, what is
just for-
perfect in the universe?
If we were like a couple feet closer to this.
Oh no. Okay, so
something.
we have a
I forgot.
habitable zone. We have
No,
a
if
habitable
gravity
zone.
was, it's gravity. If
Brother, it's
gravity
called the
was, like,
Goldilocks zone,
anywhere-
and we move so fucking much, hundreds and thousands of miles a year.
5,000. We move 5,000 miles within
All right,
like an
well,
orbit
I
around the
just
sun, right?
corrected myself, and you're still talking. It's gravity.
Gravity is a
gravity was
description of the universe, brother. It's a constant of the universe. Gravity is
If
the
our
universe.
gravity was any stronger or any less strong, nothing would work.
Yeah, it is the universe, brother. We're describing the universe.
Gravity is the universe.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
but,
a description of the
Here,
universe.
Denver, our leading
No.
theory,
The
right? Our
universe is a
leading theory
vacuum.
with the most evidence is that space-time always was, right? Gravity being kind of so well uniformed under this fabric is kind of what you would expect.
Say that again.
So, like, let's say space-time is eternal, right? And mass warps space-time, right?
Wait, hold on. What's the evidence of space-time being
Einstein's theory of relativity?
his theory?
Wow.
Oh, okay. You're trying to deny Einstein right now, by the way.
Yeah, his theory of relativity.
Yeah, what's the difference between a scientific theory and a theory?
It doesn't matter. All I know is a theory means it's not proven.
That's false.
A scientific theory is the closest humans can possibly get to certainty.
Okay, so the definition of theory is going to be a well-substantiated grounding of evidence for a conclusion to be true. The verb of theory, which means to theorize, means to guess or assume. A theory is not a guess or assumption.
Now, if someone says something and says it's a hypothesis, yes, by all means, you should not confirm that because that probably means it's not a lot of evidence. But a theory is different.
Yeah, a theory is the closest thing to fact we will ever have.
Okay, I didn't know that about a scientific theories. My bad. So, okay, say what you were saying again.
Okay, so Einstein kind of like proved how space-time is kind of one and the same, right? And he kind of showed this through relativity, which if you don't know relativity, I recommend studying. It's really cool. But basically in 1905, he published Special Relativity, kind of showed that two people can be both right at the same time seeing different things because of how time is. And in 1915, he published General Relativity, which explained, hold up. Okay. It explained, how gravity works pretty much. And this uniformity that is peculiar, sure, like it's extraordinary, but like it makes sense. Like the math adds up.
How can it make sense to you that something's just always been
Brother,
okay.
nothingness cannot obtain. The only thing true is that things exist. Things existing has always been true, therefore things have always existed. It's just an axiom of life. It is just a fact.
Here, I mean, like, think about it this way, Denver. Do you like, let's say there's like a changeless thing, right? Do you think a changeless thing can ever change?
No, that's
Yeah,
what change thing is.
Yeah. So change must have always been the case.
Yeah, are you saying our universe is change? Like
The
for-
default state of the universe is change, yes. Energy, the default state of energy is motion, i.e. change. It is always moving, it is always changing, it is always transferring. The universe exists. The nothingness cannot obtain. All things that do exist are that of the universe, and all attributes of what we observe are that of the universe. The universe has always existed. The non-existence of everything cannot obtain. It's just absurd, literally.
Repeat it again. Hold on, I lost my train of thought.
Nothingness doesn't exist, correct?
Nothingness doesn't exist.
Philosophical nothingness, like absence of literally everything possible.
Well, not currently. Yeah.
Not currently. Oh my God.
No, like it couldn't have ever been the case, right? Because that would mean that something without anything would transition to a state
No,
with
but
something.
The thing is God. The thing, that's what I believe in. I think it
Okay.
was.
Do you think it's fair for us to hold, instead of like believing in some being out there, to believe like maybe our universe is eternal instead of this person in the sky? Do you think that's like a fair assumption?
I mean, not really.
I have evidence of the universe. Where's the evidence of God?
Bro, I've stated it so many times. You just keep saying the same.
You have
thing.
no. Your only justification for God was the Bible says so. That was
No,
your only
I've said it
justification.
so many times.
By saying, definitionally, he is the creator,
Something
and the Bible
cannot
concurs
be
with that.
made out of nothing.
Yeah, nothingness
it-
cannot exist.
We're in agreement, Denver. We don't think nothingness existed. Like it just wasn't the case.
I think nothingness existed.
Well, that's your problem.
Then God didn't exist.
It doesn't make sense to think that stuff was always here. That doesn't make
So
sense.
it doesn't make sense that God, which has no evidence for its existence, has always existed.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so it makes sense then, with your logic, that the universe has always existed. With your logic.
No, because
I'm
the
using your
universe-
logic.
The universe is in our time.
Yeah,
God is without time.
that's not possible.
It doesn't matter if it's possible. He's all powerful.
So he's illogical.
So you just defined it as such. You're defining it into existence. You are arguing God of the gaps fallacy right now.
Denver, I think you're confused. Do you like agree or disagree that God must follow the laws of logic?
No, he doesn't need to follow our logic.
Okay, so can God be turned into not God?
Can God turn into not God? I mean, I guess, he's all powerful.
Sure. So there's a possible world where there is no God.
For what?
If it's
It just doesn't
possible.
make sense.
Okay, here, let me do it this way. Do you think God can create a rock that is so big that he can't lift it?
That's whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what it's called.
Paradox.
But I think he could probably just make a rock even bigger to break that one, I guess. Yeah.
It's not what the question is.
He could.
That's like saying no, but he can make a hammer big enough to no, it just doesn't answer my question.
It
Like,
does.
can God make a boulder that he cannot lift?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I don't need to know the answer to that.
The answer is that he can't, by the way, because he's all powerful. But if he can, how do I explain
If
this?
he can make something he's not able to lift, he is therefore not all powerful. If he can't make something that he is unable to lift, he is not all powerful. Either way, he is not all powerful. It is a paradox of triomny properties not being logically possible.
Well, it's there. If I don't know that, then you saying you don't know how this stuff.
I was just okay. That was a
beginning?
figure of speech. I don't have to tell you everything about everything. I don't need to tell you where humans came from to say I don't have a justification to believe that a God made people. You are the one saying that you know that God made people, so you have the burden to prove it. We do know through evolution where we come from. We do know through
You
abiogenesis
think
where we come
evolution
from.
exists.
Whether your God is real or not, evolution is true. We have evidence for it.
You think evolution happened?
We know it
You
happened.
think we came from monkeys?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
You know we share like 96%.
You know you have a
DNA.
tailbone, right?
Yeah, I do know that.
The definition of evolution is the change in allele frequency over time. What that means is gene changing over time, i.e. you having a baby is evolution.
Never once has there been a study of us or any other species switching species?
Yeah.
It's just
No shit.
changing. And
We've never
Uh,
switched
yes,
species.
we have fruit flies. We've literally made
you
new
guys
species
just
before.
you guys just said completely different things. He said you
Brother.
have. He said you haven't.
Brother, you're completely straw manning. Do you know what a straw man is?
No, wait. Don't just go over what I said. You guys just disagree.
Okay, what Cody meant is like from giant species to giant species. I guarantee that's what he
Yeah,
meant.
we do
But,
not
like,
turn from a dog into a cat. That does not happen. But
Yeah,
a
so
dog
we don't
is
turn
a
into
wolf.
we don't
It is
turn
from
an
the
ape
canine.
to a human.
We are apes,
It's
dude.
simple.
Literally, we are mammals. We are great apes by definition. We literally
Okay.
still are.
Denver, why do we share 96% of the same DNA as a monkey if we're not similar?
I don't know.
It's the same way that
Couldn't tell
you
you that.
do a DNA test and find out how your grandmother is.
Oh, my grandmother is what?
Your grandmother. We can follow DNA. We can follow fossils. We can observe every step in embryology. It's a fact. Your God can exist and it still be a fact because it is a fact. It is objectively true. If your God is or is not true, doesn't matter. It is true. Your God, if your God is true,
What is true?
if your God is true, evolution is still true. If your God is not true, evolution is still true.
Yeah,
Evolution's
Denver,
a
you can
fact.
hold to evolution and still like say God was helping that, right? Like a lot of people hold the God was guiding
That just doesn't make
evolution.
sense.
It makes more sense than what you're trying to claim with zero evidence because we have evidence for it. We have fossils, we have embryology, we have DNA, we can follow DNA, dude. We can literally observe the fossils changing over time.
That's like saying a fish turned into a shark.
We
and
are
a shark
fish.
turned into a bird.
No, that's not how that works. Brother.
No, you're jumping species.
Yeah, you don't go from a fish to a fucking pterodactyl. That's not how that works. You go from a
Okay,
fish
so
to a
you-
gecko.
You don't go from a monkey to a human then.
We are apes, dude.
Dude,
We are
yeah,
great
look,
apes. We did not come from the modern monkey. There were
We're
there,
Neanderthals, bro.
yeah, there were like 3 different types of ape. They fucked and they commingled. They had kids. They had like a bunch of different types of kids. Those kids fucked and commingled. They had more kids. They fucked. You do that over and over and over, and then you get Homo sapiens from the Homo heidelbergus. Okay? We are great apes, and they are our ancestors. We are not
proof of
monkey.
this?
Yes.
what
Embryology,
it is.
fossils,
Embryo. Show me where it says that that's
embryology.
Okay.
You can watch every single formation from fucking fish like tadpole to human in the womb.
Bro, you can't just make it.
You have a tail in the womb, dude.
You can't
quite
just-
literally.
You have a
Just like
tail
that,
in the
that's
womb,
it.
bro.
Okay,
Okay.
hey, Denver, do you think it's fair that like at least have you ever studied evolution or tried to?
Yeah.
So I don't believe you because you said we go from fish to bird, right? So I just don't believe you.
Yeah, you don't know what evolution is. You strawmanned it like 3 times.
You can't do that. You can't go from
Yeah,
fish to
no
bird.
shit. No shit. That's not how
Yeah,
it
so what
works.
makes you-
That's not how it works, but you can go from wolf to dog because they are still canine.
Oh my God.
A canine can change to a different canine over thousands of years. A apple can become a different kind of an apple. Okay? A bird can become a different kind of a bird. A ape can become a different type of a ape over time. We are apes. We are
Here,
great apes.
Denver, do you know what genetic mutation is?
Yep.
Do you think that's true?
Yep.
That's evolution.
Also,
Yeah,
all
that's
of
called
our
adaptation.
brother, all of our
Adaptation's
medicine,
evolution.
all of our medicine, all of our biology, all of the people that save people's lives in hospitals use the foundation of evolution. All medicine is in accordance with evolution being true, based on biology, based on testing, based on repeatability and observation of its truthfulness to be accurate and consistent. There is absolutely no evidence justifying it to be false, which is why it's a scientific theory, because it is beyond reasonable doubt. If you doubt it, you are unreasonable by definition, because there's mountains of evidence in support of it and none against it. Evolution is an objective, absolute fact, regardless if God is or not.
We're as close as we can get to fact.
Yeah, it's not a fact. So
Okay, wait. Denver, are germs? Do you think germs are real?
yeah.
Did you know germs are still a theory?
Okay.
Even though you can see it, it's still a theory. So are germs a fact?
Yeah, okay, here, a scientific law is something happening. What is happening? Things fall is the law of gravity. The scientific theory of gravity is why things fall. A theory is the explanation based in mountains of evidence, and none of the evidence being contradicted by any laws of physics or logic. No evidence contradicting each other. And it is true beyond all reasonable doubt based on heavy, heavy, heavy scrutiny. Germs are a theory because they explain how they work and why we get sick. Gravity is a theory because it explains why things fall. Evolution is a theory because it explains where we come from and why we came from there. Based in all the evidence and contradicted by none of it.
All right, bro. Whatever.
Your greatest comeback to that is nuh-uh. Seriously? That is your intellectual argument?
I didn't say nuh-uh. I just don't know what to say to that because you're.
What you can say is, that is awesome. I've never heard that before. I'm ignorant, but I will look into it and see if I agree with it. And I will be back later. This is called honesty, intellectual honesty. You hear facts that you cannot deny. You go and look into
I
it.
don't hear facts that I cannot deny. I'm just
Okay,
not
then Denver, do you think
educated.
it's fair to go like research it at all to
Yeah,
kind of see
that's
if
what
that?
I'm gonna do. I'm not
Okay.
educated on the topic, so I'm gonna go figure it out.
Yeah, that's called epistemically granting. Like, if you don't know, it's fine. You just have to grant it for the like conversation to continue since you don't know.
Yeah, I said I don't know a while back, bro.
Okay, that's fine. It's okay to not know.
All right.
I was catching like an attitude for no reason.
Oh yeah, dude it's cognitive dissonance.
He's just like a sassy guy, bro.
It's just a sassy bro. Just a sassy guy. Just a chill guy. Know what I'm saying? Hey, Jaden.
Yep.
Ew.
All right, bro.
Yeah, this is why your views are down, bro.
I say as I have 130 people. Yeah, it's up because I finally posted a video. Posting matters so much.
Dude, I'm just sitting here playing fucking video games, but you're just going at that kid.
As someone
He's
who
not gonna
used
look
to
in-
deny evolution, it is so easy to grant when you actually look at the evidence.
Dude, he's not gonna look into Jack Squiddly squat.
Jaden, you're pissing me off.
Oh, what's up, SO?
You're pissing me off, Jaden. No, that's all I have.
Why am I
That's
pissing
all.
Mark.
you off, buddy?
Mark,
I don't
it's
remember
pissing me
why.
off.
Robert, it pisses me off.
Oh,
No, I don't know,
Robert.
man. I just saw it, and I got fuming fucking mad.
You just saw me up here and it just pissed you off,
Yes.
buddy?
It's like
Why?
I caught like you in the box, and I just immediately started slamming shit around my room. Mortifying. Nah, I'm coming up just to yell at you.
Yeah, I know.
I'm still maintaining you as J2 in the meantime.
Oh my god. This is what I was talking about, Cody, last night. This is motherfuckers get named me J2
was
because of
another
the
J.
everyday J.
There was another J, yeah, and I had to distinguish. And you were
Oh,
asking me to
shit.
be my apostle, so it was a necessity. But
Queefing out unicorn dust. Ha ha! That's amazing. Cody gives him a free education, and bro is like, whatever, I want to believe in a fucking unicorn queefing out universe dust.
You know what you should do? You should make like a voice recording of yourself, put it on like a soundboard, and every time somebody doesn't know something, press that shit and then just have it run.
I do need to add some sounds.
Oh, Cody, new cosmological discovery, by the way.
Hmm.
It's called the little red dots. Basically, there are black holes that formed without stars being previous, which kind of question. They're like purely made out of hydrogen and helium, and it kind of questions our whole understanding of how they form.
Yeah, I left those there.
All right, bro, you left a fucking mess, dude.
I'm sorry, bros. I could have made, I could have made it like a little bit more understandable.
Yeah, dude, they're just like they're eating gas right now, so you obviously left gas too. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, how dare you crop dust and walk away?
You crop dusted so hard that it left infinite density fucking.
Yo, dude.
Oh, that's good.
That's insane. Or just the unmoving mover. Fucking crop dust.
Yeah, the unmoved mover of the universe is just some guy that like farted.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that dude's name is no. Yeah, you're never coming up here.
Oh my
That's the
god.
same bias.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. If you're gonna request 35,000 times, you're just gonna sit there like a good little bitch and never come up. Drills, let's get you up here.
Hey, how
Drills.
you guys doing?
Hey man, you're over
How
the
you
age of
guys doing?
18?
Yeah, I'm 23.
Awesome. Which guy do you believe in?
I actually don't believe in a god. I'm actually a physics master student, and I do astrophysics research. And I was intrigued by the black hole topic that just got up because I have heard of they're called direct collapse black holes, which are the ones that don't go through an actual nuclear ignition phase to like generate a star. But
Yeah, they're just made of
under the
hydrogen
immense
and helium,
under the
right?
immense gravitational pressure, there's no like internal pressure to maintain hydrostatic equilibrium that would like define a star, so it doesn't actually undergo nuclear fusion and just sort of like collapses into a black hole. As a part of your that's kind of separate from the black hole talk. One of the things, and I don't, because I kind of joined in late, I think, to that last conversation, but you also have to keep in mind that like with topics about evolution, it's very important to define with evolution that nature tries everything, and what's only kept are the things that are environmentally beneficial, right? So you can talk about allele frequencies all you want, but at the end of the day, you have to look at the geological, not geological column, but the evolutionary column as one that sort of maintains that every single species is transitory to everything else.
The only problem
right?
with
So,
that
like,
is then they straw man survival of the fittest.
I mean, I don't know how they'd strawman that though.
Like survival of the fittest is not that they're literally just fit and fucking fucked everything up. It's that they were best suited for their environment. So like then I have to explain that whole process. But if I just say you having a kid is evolution, it's like the only way I've been able to get through to them.
It's probably a bit more accessible, yeah.
Yeah, I have to straw man it for them to not straw man it.
We have to like dumb everything down because they don't actually spend the time to look at this shit. Instead, they just take everything they hear and think,
Oh, I'm so glad
this
he
is bullshit."
finally fucking said something sweet. Now we can mute, we can block, we can fucking eradicate his
Okay.
existence.
Drills, I do have a question. I'm sorry, but like I'm
Yeah.
really interested on what you said about the
Yeah.
black. So it's
Yeah.
basically stars that don't perform nuclear fusion, so it doesn't like repulse anything, so it just immediately condenses to a black hole.
Right. So basically, what you have are very large quantities of hydrogen and helium that that just due to the immense gravitational attraction, it doesn't actually like allow for what's called a protostellar gas cloud to form that would actually
okay.
generate nuclear fusion. It's just so much hydrogen and helium that's so gravitationally bound that it just force generates a black hole rather than going through the star process first that maintains nuclear fusion and eventually goes through a
Okay.
supernova that the core ends up collapsing to generate the black hole.
So that's
Basically,
not
it
that's
just
not a
depends on
long
the
lasting one,
immense
right? It
gas.
only has like a couple.
No,
solar.
no. These are extremely short lifetimes. That's why they were generated near the near the start of the Big Bang. I think
like
latest
3
estimates
solar
are-
mass or something like that.
No, significantly higher than 3 solar masses. We're talking
okay.
on the order of like 50 solar mass initial clouds.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, okay. So it's like
Yeah.
giant clouds
Giant
that force
giant,
a black hole
giant
because
clouds,
okay.
yes. These are giant clouds of hydrogen and helium gas. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Oh, okay.
that's
That
at
makes
least what
sense.
I know. My research specialty is in eclipsing binary star astrophysics, so I don't really know much about like early cosmology, but that is one of the topics that I
But
have
it,
researched.
to
'Cause
my
it's
knowledge,
new
it doesn't
from
contradict the Big Bang. In fact, it like kind
no,
of
no, no,
helps
no.
it, right?
Yeah, it does help it. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Good.
yeah, I know like it was one of the like the first discoveries that just came like very recently from the James Webb Space Telescope, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I don't think it was James Webb, but it was a recent telescope that
James
was
Webb.
built.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I just wanted to come in and clear that up just because I know like you guys were talking about it. So I will head on out and have fun with your guys' evolution talks. So see you
Have a
later.
good one.
Yeah, bro.
Gotta love a big black hole.
I was wondering if it contradicted the Big Bang model, so I'm really happy that it didn't.
Oh
How's your day
man.
been, Bible boy? Wait, do you see how he responded?
Yeah, I don't care enough to like not respond, so I'm just gonna respond. But what did you even say? I heard Bible,
And
and
he
then
said,
I
"How's your
said
day
what?
going, Bible boy?"
Oh, dude, I've been up for only an hour. I woke up just an hour ago, so I haven't done shit so far. But join this and play video games. That's all I've done so far. I'm off for work today, and yeah, so I'm gonna be a lazy son of a bitch today.
Substantiate that.
Tie that into black holes somehow.
Oh my god.
That's the new thing. Just tie it into some random cosmology event.
You know.
Yeah, I didn't go to
what
bed
would've
till
happened
4 in
if,
the
like-
morning because of some other fucking
Oh,
streamer.
dude, I was up till 6 in the morning. You fucking loser. I
Yeah,
was
we're
up
the
for much
loser.
longer.
Why were you up that long?
I don't, dude. I got really zoned into studying Gnosticism again, and oh my god, I got too far. Like I got so zoned in, I don't remember anything I had read.
God did it.
Probably. Rick likes the question sober.
What's up, Bible boy?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
Yeah, same concept, yeah.
God, I can't wait to use that on you. Wouldn't you like to know, Bible Boy?
Yeah, you better hope you don't slip up, Jay.
The second you ask a question, it's on. Is this bullying?
Yeah, but he's gonna get the
y'all
report, so
sit
it's
here?
okay.
Wait. How can y'all sit here and just straight up harass and bully me, right? But then I'll be quiet as a mouse and TikTok will just fucking bang, just restricted, bitch, for nothing. TikTok, stop hating me, please.
I love it. I love it so much. Oh, man. Settle down, Bible Boy.
Oh my god, Rick, don't you dare.
Calm your Bibles. Calm your Bibles.
That one, no. That one's a no. Nada.
What's up, Drills?
Man, Jay comes up and then immediate crickets.
Damn. I think
Maybe TikTok knows your history. Maybe
Yeah.
that, like, actually might. I don't know.
Don't get your verses in a twist, Bible Boy. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
God, now every time I bring that up, I might fuck up my verses just for that joke.
Yeah.
Man, maybe. Yeah, let me drop down and watch. You're gonna get a guess in the next 5 minutes. I'm calling it.
I'm gonna drop for like 5 minutes to or like 10 minutes, something like
Nerd.
that. I gotta do something, dick. Here,
Well, you
kick
are
me
what
off.
you eat. Oh,
No, because it'll ruin your thing. I'm pretty sure if I drop by myself.
oh, that's fair. Yeah. Screw you. Oh my god. If we get a requester in 5 minutes, I'm gonna laugh. Oh man, I am so cold. I might need to go get a different sweater. The evidence for God is just so scary. He can't show himself to anybody except everybody in the Old Testament. Yeah, right? Thou shalt not sell your wife for 30 shekels. Oops, mixed up verses. Mixed up words. Shall. How dare you add the not? What's up, Contra? How you doing? How you doing? Joey Triviani. YouTube, what the hell is going on? You can go do his daily gooning somewhere else. Sleepy? Yeah, it's almost like you were up till 4 or 5 in the morning. That's crazy. Brent, you said star man. Tuber boy? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. They are so thirsty for abuse, Daddy. Gotta love that star, man. Maybe restart for the hell of it. I think it's too late. Like, the algorithm's in place. Stop, man, for the halibut. Brent, you're the one that said stop, man. It's your fault. My bad that you didn't check your phonics. Oh, man. Ah! That was a good stretch. I fell. Careful, I hear you get hooked on this stuff. Oh. Oh, that almost went over my head. That was good. Cody is melting. What a world. Yeah, right? It's scary how I see my brain work sometimes. You know what? That's valid. Relatable. Relatable. It's amazing how ChatGPT is as stupid as the person asking the question. It was a good joke. I don't know what the escalator joke is, though. Storm's out of chat. Oh. Yeah. Oh, was I supposed to smile while laughing? Sorry. Beavis, wow. The world is triangle? No, it's a square. Play fucking Minecraft. Jeez. It's better if you don't. It's scarier. Thomas Shelby?
Was that an insult towards Minecraft?
Wouldn't you like to know, Bible boy?
Let's not see, motherfucker. All right.
I knew you were gonna ask
You
a
know-
question
you know-
the second you got in here too. That's the best part. What's up, Southern?
Wow, and the moment I come up, you got a guest. You're welcome.
What's up, Southern? What's up, Southern? What's up, Southern? Southern. Yo. Hey. What's up? Hey, bro. Yo. Great conversation.
Oh, well, damn.
Yeah, Contra clocked the fuck out of my tea. I did wait 29 minutes for that. I told you the second you asked a question. I warned you. Prophecy fulfilled. Yeah. That's a true prophecy. I am God.
You know, Loki. Hold up.
High key.
Yeah, that was corny. Don't ever say that again.
No cap.
My TikTok camera's broken. What the fuck's going on? I was trying to put up a picture of Elvis Presley.
Presley?
Because, yeah, shut up. You know, I corrected myself, but you low-key have his same hairstyle going on in this image that I found. Low-key. I just can't fucking show it because my camera won't work over here on TikTok. Oh, I think I know what did it.
I
Oh,
get a
gotta go to
fucking
TikTok
haircut
Studio.
and everyone says I'm Elvis. I'm just gonna grow my hair back out. Split it down the
Dude, I
middle.
have long ass hair. You know, we've known each other for a good while now, and you have no idea
What you look
I
like.
look like. and
Nope.
That's fucking hilarious.
I saw a slight glimpse in one of your streams because you kept putting your face in the camera. You said you're 18,
You be-
19?
Yeah, I'm 19.
I already know you look prepubescent.
I have no idea what you said. I was paying attention.
Child. A more interactive prompt. I thought this was pretty rude. This tends to piss them off.
And I hate the fact that nobody is a fucking can notice the reference with the fucking question marks and then the letters on with the words on the bottom of them.
No
God
one can
damn
read
it.
the words.
Oh wait, seriously?
Yeah, I've never been able to read them.
Fuck. It's peace, love, and chance. That's what it says.
Hmm. Yeah,
And we
something
probably
stupid like
still
that
don't
sober.
get it.
Yeah, I don't get it at all.
Yeah, it.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't even feel like explaining. it
I
to
grew
you.
up past 12 over a decade ago. That's
No,
a
I'm
big ass
poetry
spider.
nerd.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Why is it that I open up TikTok Studio and now my camera wants to work? What is going on? All right, let's get this back.
Yeah, I haven't changed my routine. All right, well, I do think it's about time to end stream, though. Yeah.
That's your twin.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end. That was a good 2 hours.
All right.
Hell yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love you all except for the Bible guy. Anyways.
Wow. Wait, that's towards Dalton. I'm not the Bible guy.
Yeah.
That's towards Dalton.
I do love Dalton. Yeah, Justin is live in 15. Yeah, that's true too. All right, everyone have a good one. I will see you over at Justin's. Deuces. Everyone run over to Justin and say hi for me. Do a little bit of a raid. Got 50-ish people that can run over there and say hi. You guys have a good one. Appreciate you. I'll see you guys tomorrow.